on Monday, July 13th, 2020. I'm Tulio Siragusa, broadcasting from Los Angeles, and I'm joined by my co-host and co-producer, Carlos Ponce, just outside of Mexico City. Hi, Carlos. Welcome to the
Hi.
show. And
Thank
it's,
you, Tulio.
yes, it's Monday. Let's get it. We had 3 shows last week.
Yep.
So we're going to try to do this inside of 10 minutes. It's the big challenge for us to try to do this in 10 minutes. And we're going to do a little different. Each one of us is going to cover a different guest. So we try to complete this in 10 minutes and keep our promise that the recap is only 10. So here we go. The first show we're going to recap was with Kenny Rueter, who is the co-founder and CEO of Kajabi.
Yes.
Love that name. And he's built a platform essentially for solo entrepreneurs and also anyone who wants to build a business, or a platform for teaching and showcasing what you know as an entrepreneur. You can actually now go and share with people things that people want to learn, that you have an expertise in. So a lot of the hurdles in the past in terms of having the technology and the tools and the platform to create commerce for what you have to offer, to enable essentially a way for individuals and for small businesses to attract clients and sell to them, teaching services, etc., has been removed. They've created a platform that allows individuals and businesses to do that, and I love that. And they've obviously grown in the past 10 years to 170 employees, and COVID has been, in this case, an accelerator for them, because now there's a lot of people who are looking to see how they can monetize their expertise. We talked about this could be a good platform for someone like yourself, who's an illustrator and can teach services, how to do that, how to use that to enhance communication. What about you, Carlos? I think you were going to cover Alex.
Yes.
What came up for you in that show?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, when we had a conversation with Alex Asher, the CEO of LearnCube, the thing that stood out the most for me was this possibility of allowing, or enabling, should I say, educators to become also entrepreneurs. So maybe that's been a lot of us educators, because I'm also an online educator, as you probably know. So a lot of us had this mindset of, let's focus on the academic side, on the education side. But given the shift that a lot of us are making into the online world, and that alone enabling us to become entrepreneurs, and having now tools like LearnCube that makes it easier to become entrepreneurs, that I think was exciting. And it's going beyond the mainstream video communication tools like Zoom and others. So it's beyond that. It's having all these tools that are going to help us build something around our instructional or educational endeavors beyond just the education itself. It's also about generating additional revenue streams for us as educators. So that's I'm excited about trying out LearnCube and see how it goes as well. But that's like the thing that struck it the most for me, Tulio.
Yeah, I mean, I love that they're very focused in the language learning space,
yes, exactly.
Right? That's their niche. But
that's their niche.
The application of what they have has implications in other opportunities as well. I kept thinking, wow, that could be a really great tool for even schools to use. I just heard today was announced that Los Angeles Unified District will not be reopening schools this fall. They will continue the online learning. And all I could think was, man, they've got to do much better than Zoom. There's got to be another way. And my daughter, myself, we're already stressing over the fact that that's happening. So, I would encourage them, if they're watching, maybe expand into the educational market beyond language, because that tool is pretty cool. So moving on to Thursday, we had Jonathon Troughton, who's the CEO of FramePlay. And I thought that was an interesting company. In essence, the in-game advertising space has traditionally followed what it looks like on apps or online, right? Interstitials, IAB standard size formats for mobile or for online. but it doesn't create a very seamless, cool experience for the player. So what they've done is they have enabled a way to create a more innate native type of advertisement, similar to what Hollywood does with product placement. You know, you might be drinking a soda pop and they show the name of the soda pop. You know, it's an interesting product placement that they pay for, but not exactly customized to that level, but certainly one that improves the quality of the experience for the gamer, as well as the ability for the advertiser to reach that audience in novel new ways. The thing that stood out the most for me was this learning that gaming isn't just about this 15-year-old boy sitting in his room playing games. You know, that's kind of the image a lot of us have. It's adults, you know, in their 30s and 40s, both men and women, spending a considerable amount of time on these platforms gaming. So there's definitely an audience that advertisers need to tap into that, and doing it in such a way that's cool and novel and interesting, which is what FramePlay is doing, was very, very compelling.
Yeah, and also, Tulio, one more thing before we reach the 10-minute mark, is that something that I noticed about all the 3 interviews that we had last week was the common thread to them all was, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think there was an increase in adoption and activity due to the lockdown, due to COVID. So in that sense, I think that has that, you know, it's a good out of the bat, right? So, and that's what I noticed. You know, there was the common thread for the 3 guests that we had and their companies. So I don't know if you agree with me, but I that was my perception.
Yeah, I mean, definitely it seems there's a trend, right? The companies that are learning to pivot quickly and take advantage of the changes are going to probably come out way ahead of everybody else. And some of these organizations and some of these companies have been at this for a long time. So a situation like the COVID-19 has actually accelerated their business. So it you know, begs to think, like, you know, there's a lot of companies that are filing bankruptcy, that are going under, but with that comes also new opportunities for those who are quick enough to find it and look for it. I mean, the same thing happened in 2008. Some of the big giants in tech came out of that major economic downfall, like Airbnb, and even though they've suffered tremendously in the past 6 weeks. So, you know, you got to look for tools and opportunities to take advantage on how you can produce values that other people want to pay for. And that's really what it comes down to. And we're going to keep trying to bring guests like this to educate the audience of what's available out there, what's emerging, how this can help, maybe even thrive in difficult times.
Absolutely.
What do we got coming up this week, Carlos? We're coming up on 2 minutes to wrap up. What do we got coming up this week? We got guests again tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday, I believe, correct?
Yeah, actually, yes, Tulio. Thank you. Well, yeah, we got a full week this week too, Tulio. We got 3 guests. Tomorrow, we're going to be speaking with the CEO of a health tech company, James Cohen from Nivon, and then on Wednesday, it'll be with Reed Blackman, a consulting firm specializing on ethics in the information in the ethics implementation on ethical practices in the digital world. And finally on Thursday, we're going to be speaking with Sammy James from Speak to Leads. And the topics is a journey to better care using technology. That's on Monday. And then on Tuesday, operationalizing data and AI ethics with Reed Blackman. And then the squiggly path to success with Sammy James from Speak to Leads. That's we have a full house, 1 p.m.
We got a chock full week, and Sammy was actually a guest right here on the recap show last Monday. So if you want to be a guest on the recap show for next Monday, just send us a message right in the stream and put a comment right where you see it. We'd love to have you. We're open to guests joining us.
Absolutely.
Thanks for joining us again. We'll see you again tomorrow, Wednesday and Thursday, 1 p.m. Pacific. Have a great rest of your day.
Bye, everyone.